two. Down to one. It's Deans. Yes!
This one is crushed.
MC Cannibal, rap Hannibal. Here to change the game, mainframe, all y'all programmable. Coaching on tracks, balling like a paper like Phil. I'm on being so real, my rhymes convict and heal.
Welcome to the Faithful Fan Show. I'm your host, Tony Cook, joined today by JD the baddest. Hey, what up, dog?
What up, big dog? You know what time it is.
Hey, bro.
Padres versus Dodgers. Let's go.
Yeah. Hey, and I said it. I said it on a couple platforms. I'm watching baseball this year. I've been watching I'm not gonna say my Dodgers yet. Let me watch couple more seasons. I'm not a band, but it's exciting right now, and I'm happy we get to play the Padres for the whole weekend. They play in a couple I'm
about to
like
say,
30 minutes,
you're already a Cowboys fan and a Laker fan.
Might as well just.
Yeah, it's supposed to start like at 6:40 or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I can't wait for that. I'm gonna watch that I'm gonna definitely watch that after we get off this show. But first things first, dog. Normally when we get on here, we talk sports, but the world is going crazy right now. You said it on multiple platforms. I think I heard you say, "What a time to be alive." This is like the best time in hip hop I've ever experienced. It's interesting. Hip hop euphoria, literally.
No, literally.
No pun intended. Dog.
Before we even kick this off, because for some reason, even if you don't even have that many views, you may start getting views and it'll just be Drake fans mad at whatever the hell you said. So I'm going to be very careful with what I say right here.
Right.
I like Drake.
Thank
Drake
you.
is amazing. If
Let's
I'm going to the gym, if I'm going to be working out, his songs are constantly in my playlist. The problem is that I listen to Kendrick probably more than Drake, and the people that listen to Drake only and only stuff like him do not understand how you could listen to Kendrick. And now I'm starting to notice y'all wasn't even listening.
Yeah.
You hear one little part and then you turn it off and it's like, this ain't for me. It's too much. I don't want to think. I'm like, ooh, once you get past that, oh my God, this is stuff that keeps you up. There's a difference between fast food and soul food. Mostly we be getting fast food. Soul food tastes a little longer. So, there's yin and yang to all this stuff.
And I want to double down on what you first said. I like Drake. And Drake, and I think it's all the narrative is getting pushed around. Drake isn't necessarily fast. Drake makes great music. Like, honestly, he makes timeless music. So I don't want that to get lost in this whole thing either. It's just, there's a we clearly know now, and fans, if you don't know yet, we talk about Drake and Kendrick Lamar battle. Drake Kendrick Lamar beef. Possibly the greatest beef of all time. That's me. The greatest rap beef of
at least our generation. Our generation.
Not beef. I'm not gonna say beef because there's no it's not really, no one's in harm's way for real, but greatest rap battle of all time for me, that I've experienced. Because I was very
I put in the top three.
Because I was very young for the Pac Big. You know what I mean?
And then Nas and Jay-Z. I was kind of retroactive. We were old enough and conscious enough to realize what was going on. We just didn't get the bars like that. As I get older and go back, I'm like, oh, okay, that was that. I see why New York was going crazy. We got our own.
That, but also why this one I feel like tops all these is, dog, these niggas they could each drop an EP.
They did 5 tracks apiece. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's the greatest thing ever.
That's fire, dog.
Yes.
And Kendrick, and we don't get Kendrick, this type Kendrick, in heavy doses, because his album is usually themed, and it's not necessarily all just barred down.
Well, I'll say this about Kendrick compared to Drake. Kendrick is more of a, let me put it, Drake is, people want to say, oh, he's just a pop star, this, and that. I'm like, no, Drake is an artist. He dabbles in pop, and pop is where he gets the biggest portion of a lot of his musical views. But when he comes out and starts rapping, he can spit. That guy can get out there. You know what I mean? He can add that element to a track. But when it comes to Kendrick's type of stuff, it's, bro, this guy is a scholar of language. Yeah. He's got a pulsar. The way that he breaks down and puts in his stuff, it's like you got to remember who he's in the room with, and that's the reason why. As soon as I heard that this was about to be real, and I heard like that, I had my brothers, my brothers, they was in my ear because I was on the trip. I was in Texas during that trip when Push Ups dropped and Taylor Made dropped. And I'm the brother that likes Kendrick, and they was in my ass the whole trip. And then I'm sitting there thinking It's not that big of a deal. And they were getting mad, or not somewhat mad about me, like, oh, you really mad? So you're not saying that this, and that. I'm like, but it's the faith I have in Kendrick.
Just wait.
I'm like,
wait.
I've never seen him not rap. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy to think he's gonna show up and fall flat. Like Meek Mill, everybody was disappointed when he showed up to Drake like that because we knew what he was capable of, and it seemed like he was doing too much defensive work, this and that. Drake, his tracks, I'll say this: Push-Ups, very easy to listen to. You know what I mean? That was a fun track.
Absolutely.
But he kind of ditched that. He ditched that angle as soon as Kendrick started bringing up his deal. You know what I mean? So I wish the battle would have stayed more about.
That was the soft drop. That was okay. Before he drops his real info that he had on Kendrick, he was going to test the waters and be like, hey, just so you know, but I don't know. He didn't scare Kendrick off one bit.
No, because there was breadcrumbs, because I be on Twitter, and that's a vast wasteland of just garbage material, but sometimes you can actually get something out there because that's where everybody goes. That's the platform. And during that time, DJ Academics and all those people, he was doing a countdown, like 10 days since Kendrick has to drop this, and that. And people were running with it. I'm like, it almost was a disservice. The fans being overzealous and the arrogance of Drake and his fans set them up for this big fall. You know what I mean? Like, it really did. Because if you look at that countdown, look back on it, nobody will go back and defend that countdown. They kind of want you to forget it. Where's Kendrick at? Drop.
Listen, JD.
Kendrick dropped every single time that Drake said drop. He said Drake, he just dropped 5 times.
Hey, the famous saying, he wasn't ready. He thought he
wasn't.
So basically, it looks bad. That's why they ain't even talking about all that countdown shit now, because he looks bad now. But he was like, wait, when you gonna drop, Kendrick? And now, within a span of 2 weeks, now it's like, damn, this shit's burnt out. Wait, I thought
he hit the tone switch was so quick because he realized that he must have got bad info.
That's how he lost, bro.
He must have got bad info. Because the rumor wasn't just him. Drake's team probably heard the same thing everybody else heard. They said, oh, we hear that Kendrick writes slow. But that's a rumor. You can't just take the rumor. You can't just be like, okay, I'm going to bully him into dropping something earlier. And you're bullying the guy on the internet that don't really use the internet.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the cool thing about Kendrick. And people saying, like, oh, why isn't Kendrick fighting back on these allegations? I'm like, man, this is something that I wish I could do, but I can't help myself. I got to be online. I got to post. So if I stop posting, people are going to say something if I got a scandal going on. Kendrick never posts. So when something's going on and he doesn't respond to it, it doesn't look weird. It looks weird if he starts getting on and explaining himself, because he's never done that before. You know what I mean? I went back on his page on Twitter, went back to all the way to 2010 to get a tweet, just to see if I can see what he tweets about. It says, hello, world, I'm Kendrick Lamar. Boring on the internet, okay?
Bro.
You know what I mean?
No, Kendrick honestly put together a masterclass, because Drake is a formidable opponent. Against anybody else, the tracks that he dropped, get it done. Family Matters, that middle beat where he just goes off on everybody, that gets it done. Yeah. Like I also think that screwed him too, because he didn't stay focused on the text. Okay. So let me elaborate. I was about to break that. So it did Drake a disservice, and it honestly helped Kendrick in multiple ways. That it was Drake against the field. It helped Kendrick. Like, he won, but Drake lost focus, and also, like, Kendrick was able to just zero in on it just everything.
But I will say this: that's the part of the arrogance I was talking about from Drake, because if you look at the situation from a bird's eye view, all the people that dissed Drake on the Metro shit, as soon as Metro shit dropped, we haven't heard from any of them.
Nope.
They all backed up and said, okay, let Kenny get him.
Yeah.
We see where this is going. ASAP said, I'm going to shut up. Rihanna's going to drop an album.
It's early in the battle. Okay, sorry, I keep cutting you off, JD, but this is so good. It's been so good. Like, I was talking to my boy Corey. I'm sorry he couldn't get on with us today, but he wanted to.
What's up, Corey?
Corey, exactly. Shout out Corey. But we was talking about this, and early in the battle, right after Family Matters dropped, I want to say, and it was just Meet the Grams, I was still thinking, damn, I don't know if that's enough, Kenny. I don't know if you stepped on Family Matters, but I don't know if just Meet the Grams gets it done. And I was saying, like, the thing that helped Drake when it's Drake against the field is everybody used up the material that Kendrick, you know what I mean? Nothing that Kendrick was bringing to the table was brand new. Everything that Drake said was brand new because no one's got at Kendrick. So at that time, I was like, it's funny how it flipped for me. Like, the advantage of Drake versus the field. Go
Well,
ahead.
that's the thing too. That's why I think Meet the Grams. I think the thing about Kendrick's music compared to Drake's music that I think that going off of your point, the problem with Drake that they did not see coming was Kendrick's music gets better the more you listen to it.
Yes.
And that's something that Drake fans are learning that never listen to Kendrick. They go back and they go listen to it. I'm like, you may not want to do this. You may want the bars that just hit you straight in the face and you get immediately. But once you go back and you go, like, you should have seen me when I was like, he a fan. F-A-N, freaky ass nigga. Oh, freaky ass nigga. Like, it was right in my face.
Dog, Kendrick. So that's the thing about Kendrick.
We'll get to that track. We gotta set it
up. The replay value is crazy, dog.
I'm still listening to Euphoria, bro. I'm waiting for a 616 to LA just because I like a good hip hop, because that's the kind of beat that you would, when we used to rap, we used to freestyle back in the day. That was the kind of beat you would learn. That's the kind of beat you would learn on. Have an algorithm.
He wasn't even talking about Drake, but he was going in at the beginning.
He did towards the end, but he was just showing like.
He was just showing he could bar it up.
Carcass apart. He talked about what you call it? What's the temporal moving? Like he's on different wavelength, and he's just letting these people know they've never heard him before. Like, yeah, we're gonna go in over here. You're gonna learn over here. You're not just gonna sit back and have a good time. I'm gonna press that button. Like Mr. Morale, I love that album, but I also get why some of those songs don't have replay value. Like We Cry Together.
Yeah. You can't listen
to PTSD of if you've ever been in any relationship and you listen to that song, you go, that's a brilliant song. I'll never listen to it again.
That's exactly what I do. Bro, that's exactly what I did. It was like my favorite when I first heard the whole thing. I'm like, God damn, Kendrick. And I replayed it one time and I'm like, I'm probably not listening to this again.
This hurts my heart to have out loud, bro. I don't want to. You never, when they see us, the documentary about the Central Park Five, one of the best documentary movies I've seen ever, but would never watch that again.
Never.
I will give it 5 stars and then put it in the vault forever. And say, you haven't seen that
track. That's that Kendrick track.
That's the whole thing about him. So when you start talking about the Family Matters into Meet the Grams, I will say that Drake got massively outmaneuvered. He overstepped his boundaries as far as the AI thing. And taking it down, I think, was the start of this isn't as invincible as we think it is.
Yeah, backpedal.
A little bit of a backpedal. And then you see Euphoria, and Euphoria was buzzing. It was going crazy. And then he drops Family Matters. I'm serious. I'm sitting there listening to it like, this is pretty dope. Kendrick just opened his mouth. Someone gonna get him a Grammy right now.
It was over. Bro, I said it was over at first. I was like, damn.
I heard it and I said, well, I believe in Kendrick because I followed the people that followed Kendrick. And Kendrick it's not like Drake's camp. All these leaks were getting out. Kendrick's had 30 people that knew what was going on that said nothing. They gave clues. Like Schoolboy Q posted, this is about to be jokes. Daylight said, barbecue, just listen to the new Kendrick record. Crooked Eye said, she went to a kickback to listen to the new Kenny record. Jill Scott said she was there. I don't know why you invite Jill Scott. Maybe she had a shit, but Jill Scott was there to listen to it. You know what I mean?
Listening party.
He had a listening party. But the thing that got me was they said listening to the new Kendrick album. So I'm thinking, is he about to drop the album or is he dropping disses? Little did I know he recorded so many disses, it was an album worth of disses. So I'm following the breadcrumbs. So when people are saying, drop, hurry up, I'm like, you guys are pretty much just kicking the boogeyman cage because this man, last thing you want to do is get someone that could just rap to rap. You know what I mean? Like, get Eminem going. It's like, oh, shit. Pusha T will not make the best songs, but if you get him just rapping and on his type of stuff, he's just going to keep going, and there's nobody that can really keep up with it.
And honestly, to Drake's, I'm going to shoot Drake some bail. This is for Kendrick's first step off the porch on some battles, like on some real, who's my opponent? I'm owning my opponent shit. We ain't seen it. Now we know.
Well, there's video of him freestyling. That's the thing, though. Like, you got to do people don't know Kendrick. They don't know his backstory because they never got into it. But like, he was freestyle battling in Watts.
But so did Yes, but so did Meek. Meek did that. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, no one knew if Kendrick could step out against Drizzy, Drake, the one who took out Meek, the street battle rapper. Like,
but I'm glad you said that though, because a lot of people are saying, "Oh yeah, Drake was in a lose-lose because everybody expects him to win. I'm like, I didn't expect that going into it. I said, there's no way you're going to be Kenny with depth in the rap. And when you look at the angle that Kendrick actually took, it was brilliant. Say this, other people had already said it. I also disagree with that because I agree that it's a rap battle, not a secret off. That Pusha T stuff kind of messed us up because it's all about what you can expose nowadays. But really, it's just supposed to be about rapping. Like, think about
and let me cut you off. And you said that like it's just about rap. And yeah, they was going tit for tat on the gossip. But what I liked about Kendrick, and this is probably one in the battle, Drake is addressing all the tea, like track to track. And Kendrick, you never heard him talk about anything Drake said. He had a script.
Bro,
and he stuck right to it.
It's disgusting because people need to realize it. We saw Drake the whole entire time through the whole entire thing. When Like That dropped, we have not heard one single word from Kendrick. All he's done is drop music. All we got is a link. Here goes. Here you go. A link. Here goes the song. He wasn't commenting. He wasn't telling nobody nothing. His freaking crowd wasn't even saying nothing about it.
I made it into an EP already. I made Kendrick's drops into an EP already. I play it.
I'm listening to Drake's one. Like I told you, Family Matters goes hard. You know, it's a good song, and that's the whole thing about saying. But the whole he doesn't have anything to say. I'm like, nah, because that's when people can rap, they can find an angle. Like think about remember Eminem and Benzino Nail in the Coffin?
Yeah.
Remember that track? Yeah. We didn't learn anything new about Benzino.
No.
We did not. Eminem just went in. He would lie and draw a comparison in some weird scenario, and then put himself in it, and put Benzino in it, and then make him the bigger person in there. I'm gonna hold you over a mountain without blowing out my lower back because you're super old. You a fake Sinatra. We knew all these things.
Kendrick was more entertaining than Drake as well,
and that's why I said too the delivery and everything. It's like, but I also said this before we went into the break to the thing. I'm like, guys, this is Aftermath Interscope. This is what they do. This is a regular Friday over there. Right now, 50 Cent is going at P. Diddy. Eminem's going at Benzino again. They probably just clock in and be like, how's your beef going? Oh, mine's going well. Sensible. How's yours? This is what we do in Interscope. We were built off of beef. Like, to think that he wasn't going to step out with those kind of influences was kind of crazy because you're like, every person that's around him is like, wow, he's a freaking genius. The way he writes is not like anybody else. So when we got into that little battle with Drake, it's like, how are y'all sitting here thinking that Kenny's? I'm thinking the internet game, and that's what shocks me the most because Drake lost the internet.
That's crazy to me. That's why he lost. He lost
the internet while Kendrick said nothing. You know how hard that is to do.
Kendrick started with it, but Kendrick he draped him. He started with a hit, dropped 3 in the middle, and he ended with a hit. You know, like he literally has 2 charting records dissing Drake. Honestly, no.
Those are 3 still. Euphoria is still up there. Euphoria is still higher.
Oh, true.
Family Matters.
I'm talking about like shit. Euphoria is more like a backpack diss, but like
I don't know.
Not like us is getting played. Not like us is getting played at football, basketball games, everywhere, dog. Pool parties. It's over. It's over.
No, it fully the problem. The thing too is that it was a masterclass in culture and hip hop. If you really think about it, Kendrick gave us one type of every single type of song. Like when you listen to Meet the Grams, if you listen to that in the dark room, you're gonna have to. The fuck going on? Is somebody coming up behind me? That shit is creepy. It's ding, ding.
Oh yeah, that's an Alchemist. It was
sinister.
Beat. That's an Alchemist beat. Like
yes, Alchemist. Like he went and got Mustard. Alchemist, Soundwave, Taylor Swift's producer. Like the people he grabbed is ridiculous. And the fact that he said, how many more do I got in stock? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5. Like you got like 10 more tracks. I don't want to. Like that makes the whole you need to hurry up, Kendrick, look stupid. Yeah, looks so stupid because he's saying I could do this all year.
Now Drake's on like. You can't say it's burnt out when you was begging him to drop, dog.
Exactly.
You can't do that. It's over for you. It's over.
It's certain stuff he brought up.
Drake will be fine. Drake will still sell records. He's gonna make another hit. But this, it wasn't a lose-lose for Drake. But honestly, the person who had the most to gain from this, win or lose, was Kendrick. I feel like because even if Kendrick lost, white people know more. White people know about Kendrick for sure. Because of this battle, dog.
Really? I think that's crazy being a Drake fan because Drake has fans everywhere. And when you go see both of their shows, let's be honest, when people bring that up, I think it's silly because white kids buy concert tickets.
Oh yeah.
Black kids don't go to concerts unless it's like a huge thing. I'll tell you, I went to like 3 concerts as a kid in San Diego, and every single one of them I bumped into my family. It had to be that big. Okay. I went to go see N1 mixtape in Dago. We bumped into everybody, bro. I went to go see what you call it, Ice Cube and Del Mar. We bumped into everybody we know. You know what I mean? That's a $10 concert. To go to these festivals and stuff like that, that's a white kid luxury as far as the suburb. Not saying like, okay, I'll say suburban. I don't want to say white. I'll say it's more like, or even like I was with you guys. Like we'd be around in high school and we missed some concerts while other kids were going. Like I didn't know about Coachella until kids was leaving to go. you know what I mean? So I'm saying that if white kids and suburban kids buy albums and they buy concert tickets. So they are an intricate part of hip hop. And I always say that it pisses people off, but I also say it's funny because when you see these politicians and say, oh, we hate rap music, I'm like, go grab your kids' music, go see what they're listening to, because the kids in my house aren't buying concert tickets. Kids in my house barely have streaming. But the kids in your house can actually buy the releases, the album packs, the merch, all that stuff. So when it comes to international, I just feel like Kendrick is the kind of person where if he goes to Uzbekistan, they're gonna know some of his because they like lyrics, they like Wu-Tang, they like that kind of shit.
Good Kid, Mad City is like that album. If you're a fan of hip hop, everyone across the globe knows about that album. If you
600 weeks on the top 200, like it's never left.
Yeah. So that's unquestionable. But honestly, Jordan, we talked a lot of hip hop, and we both agree Kendrick won the battle. Hey, fans, let us know who you think won the battle in the comments. Sorry, it's a lot of rap today, but this is a big time. What a time to be alive, like my good friend Jordan said. But hey,
you should play the song too. Kendrick took off all the copyrights. You can make some money off of that.
Yep, and Jordan going crazy on all the platforms talking about.
Oh, y'all going viral talking about this.
So if y'all want more info and more tea on the battle and the beef, check out JD Be the Baddest everywhere, right?
Yes, sir. Same name everywhere I go.
Yeah. Hey, so Jordan, there was a draft. Wait.
Oh my goodness. I was aware.
Hey, so how do you quickly? I mean, because we've talked a lot about rap, but I want to hear your thoughts also on the NBA playoffs. So break down your favorite or your highlights of the Chargers draft. I've already talked about what the Cowboys did. No one really cares. It's cool. Like, we'll see what happens when the season comes around. But how did the Chargers do?
I felt for you because that still shaky with the whole end. It seems like more like keeping getting Zeke back. It seems like we're just trying to keep this together as the base that we have and say that we just missed our opportunities and we're going to try to make this work again. If it don't work again, it's going to be a problematic next year. I'm just letting you know. If y'all have another 12-win season and get out early to playoffs, it's done.
Oh, bro, I don't know if we could get there this year. Our roster is nowhere near where it was last. Like, we have a worse roster than we had last year.
I know the feeling.
So it's like, damn, I don't even know how that's gonna happen. How are we even
segueing from that? I'll tell you how I felt the first draft back when we got Joe Alt. I was hot. I was pissed.
You wanted a receiver.
I wanted Neighbors.
Okay.
I wanted Neighbors. Okay, right. I feel like he feels sad that he went to New York, but and also the reason why too is because I felt like the Chargers were just taking the best person off the board because Joe Alt is a left tackle. We have a left tackle that is one of the All-Pro the last 3 years. Slater. So I'm like,
what do you think? Have you heard? Are they switching?
They said Slater's staying left. They're going to make Joe Alt go to right tackle.
Okay.
So he's going to have to learn to play the opposite side. And people are saying he's done it before, but where he didn't allow any sacks, he's been amazing, was on the left side. So it's going to be an adjustment for him. So I'm thinking we're going to take a guy and everything he does great, and we're going to put him on the opposite side to hope it works well. That's why I was like, ugh. But then as I started watching his clips and stuff, I'm like, this guy's a freaking beast.
Big boy.
And then seeing the picks that we picked up, it seems like we're just getting super young. McConkey, the one that I like, the best deal, my favorite pick of the whole draft was getting Brendan Rice.
Yeah,
Jerry Rice's son.
I'm happy you like that because I'm thinking the Cowboys picked up a random dude from like South Carolina, and Brandon Rice was still on the board. I'm like
he was supposed to be 5th round. He didn't go to the 7th.
Bro, I was like, who is Caleb Williams throwing to? Why is Brandon Rice still on the board? Like, that's crazy to me. But that was a steal.
I like that pick because it loaded up with a bunch of young wide receivers. We went and picked up DJ Moore. That's a little bit of a veteran presence. That's my thing. I like that we went and picked up some more wide receivers, but I kind of wanted at least one older veteran up in there, even if he's like a 4th option.
DJ Moore or DJ Chark?
You're right. Yeah, I think so. I forget. What are the there's so many dudes with similar ass names. Used to
Not
play
DJ
for,
Moore. DJ Moore, not the one that plays for Chicago Bears, right?
I think so. I think he played for them or Carolina. Let me look real quick.
Oh, so he's not with the Bears no more.
Let me see. Chargers, DJ Moore. Is it DJ Moore or DJ Clark? Maybe you're right. I'm not sure. I don't know his name. I don't know his shit like that. I don't know his game like that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, DJ Clark. DJ Clark, the one that was with Carolina.
I got
I'll get more in him fucking clocked up and stuff. But that's a little bit more of a veteran. But I wanted someone like Odell Beckham, like or someone that's like a Keenan Allen that's been there that long. So when these dudes start dropping balls, there's someone to have accountability there. That's my only worry. If you have nothing but first and second year wide receivers, when people start dropping balls, you see what happened with Mahomes. It took a while for them to get that shit straight, and then he started throwing it to the people that had been around for a little while. He couldn't trust the other guys. And if Palmer becomes our number one, I'm like, we are short. We are short.
So
we are short. That's not Charger ball.
Going into the season, so is there any guys? Are you guys looking at anyone late on the free agency market, or do you think that you're going into it? Your receiver one is Palmer.
I don't know the way that these new guys move. I don't know how they're planning this. Remember, think about what those 49er teams used to look like with Harbaugh. It was based on running. You had, it's like, imagine if Justin Herbert was on that team instead of Kaepernick. They probably would have done a little bit more, but I feel like I don't want to pay Justin Herbert that much money to watch him throw 10 to 15 times a game.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a waste. I feel like we should have paid him less if that's how we're going to use him.
But honestly, Conklin, like you said, Brennan Rice, Conklin, Johnston, Palmer, that's a solid room.
It's going to be... It's going to be okay. But remember how hyped people was on Quentin Johnston until he got out there.
But like you said, this is a year two. A year one, like he had, like you said, he had drops on television, and that hurts more. Like all receivers,
in clutch moments.
Yeah, all receivers drop the ball. They have drops, but it was the timing that he really got killed on. I think he'll be fine because he's going to get the looks. They're going to throw him out there and give him the looks. Because what round did you guys pick him in? Second round last year, or what? Picking pretty early, right? He's no,
it was early. It was very early. I think it was first. It was first round because the Chargers had gone further, so they had a later pick. That was the year that we blew it at the Jaguars. Yeah, that was the year that we blew it with the Jaguars. I still hear shit about that one. That one is, woo, yeah, that was a bad night. That was a bad night. But I'm just saying, like, if we get a good defense going, I like some of the defensive stuff he picked up. I like that we kept most of our defense intact. We got a lot of Thule, like, we got that guy coming out, the other linebacker, and we got to keep Mack and Bosa. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm like, okay, we're going to be okay if these guys can stay. The defense stayed together, but the defense was the biggest problem last year. So, like, if you watch the Chargers, it's very frustrating because you're like, how are they giving up 30 points a game? How are they getting this many yards put on them? They would do the most amazing plays and then give up a 50-yarder out of nowhere. It's like, knock them down to 4th and 20, and then they go get it.
Bro,
it's got to be disciplined.
Yep, and I think your front office is banking on, I wouldn't call it lightning to strike in a bottle, but for the Chargers, having Bosa and Khalil Mack on the field at the same time, it's almost been that, right? Am I wrong? That's like the narrative I've heard is like it's been hard.
No.
They're banking on they want a season they're on the field for more than 10 games together. You know what I'm saying? And y'all will be fine on it.
See, that's the whole thing too. People always say too about Mike Williams and Keenan Allen saying, well, yeah, Justin Herbert never really had them together to play with. People don't pay attention that Khalil Mack and Bosa have been almost on the same exact type of thing because Bosa keeps getting hurt. Khalil Mack's the older one, and I was like, everybody said, I'd rather get rid of Bosa. Like, never Bosa going to the 49ers was looking real for a while, but he restructured his deal. Khalil Mack restructured his deal after the best year he's ever had. And then Mike Williams, he was going to be a free agent anyways. Seeing him go to the Jets hurts. Keenan Allen, that hurts so much because he's like, I just had my best year. I don't want to restructure. So you get where these are new guys. Okay, they didn't build this problem.
And I'm going to ask you, Jordan. So saying what you said, okay, we kept our defense intact. Would you have sacrificed losing Bosa or Mack to keep Keenan Allen? Or are you fine with the way it played out? Out of the those three guys, are you?
If it was going to be lose somebody, I would want it to be Khalil Mack. Because he's older, he wouldn't have that much more time left. This is the most injury-proof. He's the most he hasn't been injured, and what we could get back for him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You could trade him for someone that's younger because of how explosive he is now. You send him to a team that wants to win now, like send him to the Ravens. Don't give us something good. You know what I mean? Because that defense is already ready to go. So you added Khalil Mack to them, they're going to be damn near unstoppable. And they wouldn't mind giving us somebody that's a young prospect. You know what I mean? Like another corner or something like that. That's why I thought as far as bait. I said, Bosa going to 49ers. I said, I'll take any of their defenders. They're good. The thing with Keenan Allen, it's like for a 4th round pick. It gave us on the cap room. Yeah. We have the most cap room.
Yeah.
And we've signed. It's just the positions don't look that great. If we do need some help, we have the cap room to do it. That's the one thing I feel like. I don't know if we need it right now, but got Gus Edwards. What is it? Dobbins, is that his name? The new running back.
Oh, so y'all got both of them from the Ravens.
Yeah. Hey, and so that line.
I didn't know y'all got Dobbins because I heard Dobbins went somewhere, and I knew y'all had Gus Edwards. That y'all basically got the Ravens backfield.
Yes,
2 years ago.
San Diego Ravens, bro. What's up? I like LA. We're just gonna call it San Diego Ravens. Just so people
I
know
see
what
the Chargers are doing. Y'all ain't thinking about wide receiver.
Nah, that's what I'm saying though. Like that's why. That's what they're. I think this is the belief of our new system with the new new general manager and with Harbaugh. I think their thing is we're gonna get passing yards no matter what if we could get this boy a running game.
Yep.
Because Eckler's average was like 1.2 a carry. He was more of a guy that you toss the ball to. Yeah. He's more of a guy that you pitch out to, and he can get you some good yak yards. But he was never the let's just give him the ball. He can run through somebody and get us 1 yard. We got stopped on so many 3rd and 1s and 4th and 1s.
I'm interested to see what the Chargers look like with that. With the new, that's a new identity for y'all. That's a new identity.
No, that is. We haven't ran like that since we had LT. But when we had LT, it made it so that if Rivers or Breeze was playing horrible, we were still in games because we could run the ball. Remember, LT was if he gets within the 20 yards of the goal line, he's probably gonna get in there. Because of the way he breaks tackles and Lorenzo Neal blocking for him. So we're getting LT carried that. So I remember the best time we ever had as Chargers is when we had an offensive line that was good and we had a good running game. So that should open up the other guys being open. My only thing is that if you see freaking Justin Herbert, he gets balls batted a lot. Even though he's tall, he kind of throws down. And these guys are all short. The only person, if Quentin Johnston could get his mind together, become receiver number 1, I feel so much more comfortable because he's tall.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But if you use him as a slot.
And I have faith in it. Honestly, I'm excited for football season to come up. Me too. I'm excited.
Training camp videos coming out.
Yep, I already see my rookies out there in their jerseys. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Okay, so before we get out of here, I know the Dodgers Padre game about to start pretty soon.
Like 1 minute. But you know they gotta do national anthem and stuff. We good.
So let's talk about this. I want your opinion. I want your opinion. The playoffs have been wild so far. Though I think it's 4 series going on right now. Is it 4 left? Out of 4, what is your favorite series? We can talk about all of them. But so far, what is your favorite series that you're watching so far in the NBA?
When LeBron James retires, I'm hopping straight over to the Ant train. I like it.
Dude, everyone loves it.
I like him.
Who does it? It's hard not to like that kid. It's hard not.
Bro, he is my time now. My time now. The energy. You can feel it on that kid. That kid is a problem, bro.
Oh, you better not talk to KD like that. Hold up, bro.
But KD was smiling like, I dig it. KD was like, I'm liking this kid. That was exactly the kind of shit I was on. I feel him.
It was good.
And the way that they going in on the Nuggets' head right now, it's like, I feel like the Nuggets started celebrating the next championship right after the Lakers. Like, that was their big hurdle. And now that they're getting smacked in the mouth by Minnesota, and it's kind of fun to watch. Like I told you, and then you can sit this one out, Tony. You Laker fans, they'll call you salty. They'll say that you're a hater, and they'll say, oh, you just want to see the Nuggets lose. Hey, I don't care about the Lakers like that. I just like certain players. I like LeBron. I like, I like Kevin Garnett. I like Kobe Bryant. If they're older guys still playing, I'm probably going to still like it.
JD, I'm going to let you tell them how the Timberwolves is whooping that.
I'm going to tell you like that. Hey, nothing to do with the Lakers. Laker fans watching it, yeah, they could be a little salty about it, but at the same time, we're still watching a beating go down. They're getting smacked in their mouth as a defending chance by the new up-and-coming young team, and it has been a beautiful thing to watch.
I think they play in a couple minutes, too. I think I'm about to be watching.
Oh, yeah, no, I know. If New York is just fun to see from a cultural scene. You know, like just the New Yorkers are funny. New Yorkers are funny as hell. When they're winning, I love to see Joe Budden. Like the only thing you could get him to talk about other than Kendrick and Drake was the
So that Joe Budden and Stephen A. Smith are the only reason why I be rooting against the Knicks, bro.
That's the thing, though. It makes it fun though. Like I said, I don't care. So when you get to see them in the streets with a little camera, like, "What's up, Bo Big? But Joel, you ain't nothing." What's up? Like these dudes is wild, and I just love the fandom because New York hate it or love it when they're good basketball. It's like the Lakers being good. It's like Cowboys. Who else? When the big teams do well, the league does well. You know what I mean? It's cool to see underdogs get in it too, but we always want to see those big teams in there because little teams also want to beat the big teams. You know what I mean? So now New York is in this weird position of history, and they still get to be the underdog. It's a cool little spot to be in.
And I want to ask you, but last question before we get out of here, JD. I want to ask you, how do you feel about, like, okay, so if you had to pick a team from the East and the West to come out of the teams that are left, who do you got out of the East and out of the West? Predictions for the finals.
I feel like if you asked me before all the games started, I would end up saying it would be I say Nuggets versus Pacers, and now they're both getting slapped. So good thing you didn't ask me last week.
He said Nuggets.
I'm not objective. I
haven't heard that one.
Bro, the last time I rooted for a team to win like that was Kevin Garnett was playing. I rooted for the Celtics when he was on there. As soon as he left, I was done with the Celtics. You know what I mean? Like, I root for players in good games. And I was watching how the Pacers were playing, and I'm like, this team works the best as a team left together. They're a little bit boring. They're kind of Spur-like.
They can score. Oh, my God.
But they can score when they need to, and they're efficient. They do the extra pass. They're like the Warriors, except not drunk with the three. When the Warriors had their run, and now seeing them get smacked in the mouth. So now I'm saying that now seeing how these games have gone, if it ends up being New York versus Minnesota, I think that's going to be the most entertaining. It's going to be hard to sell, but when you start looking at the people in the game, I'm going to be like, come on, man, let me get my popcorn ready.
Bro,
I like this.
Before these series kicked off, I was saying Denver versus Celtics for sure. I was saying, and like, but now I'm like, damn, winner of Denver versus.
I don't trust the Celtics.
No one does. Like after watching them yesterday, I'm like, and then
Celtics are the Cowboys of basketball.
Damn.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Hey, I don't rock with the Celtics. You know me, so I like that. Like that.
I'm saying, like, as far as when they get to the playoffs, they kill them all year. They're always going to be in the top three as far as ranking. When they get to the playoffs, for some reason, even if they could blow a team out in the first round, but somewhere they just drop the ball, and it's like, where do they disappear from? Like every team
they've been doing that.
They've
been doing that for like 4 years now, bro. So
yeah, that's the thing. It's like every year, it's like this could be our year, and I'm like, man, y'all sound like Yankee fans. Y'all sound like Cowboy fans. These Charger fans, we
don't talk about my Cowboys, JD. Don't talk about my Cowboys. No.
The worst thing that could have happened for y'all was to get the 90s and winning, because now it's getting harder and harder to win them. Okay, the Charger fans.
Hey, we about to wrap this episode up right now. Hey, JD talking this mess. We got to watch the Padres, Dodgers. Hey, we about to wrap it up right now, though. Thank you, JD, for joining the show. Hey, we had to talk about music euphoria. But until next time, y'all, on the Faithful Fan Show.
Don't play that. Play not like us because it's free now.
Ricky in the paint, going hard with the venom. Shot so much, man, I think I need to lay. Ricky in the paint, going hard with the venom. Shot so much, man, I think I need to lay. Animal, MC Cannibal, rap Hannibal. Here to change the game, mainframe, all y'all programmable. Coaching on tracks, balling like a paper like Phil. I'm Morpheus and real, my rhymes convict and heal. A world blind, my lines a red pill, real. Ball like I've been here, rookie in his prime. Focus like Jordan the second time. Kobe in playoff times, you know believe when I drop. Call for it, Kelly go in the Blizo spit. Auto like free throws by Hito. Circle loose stroke magic. Rhymes over all y'all like Dirk for two. Rookie in the game, insane coming for you. GGB